take care of us. He's going to guide us. Why are you worried? You see, but the secret was this. The secret of Musa, why wasn't he upset? Why wasn't he moved? Why wasn't he nervous? The secret was because he believed that وَلِلَّهِ جُنُودُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. Allah's is the armies of the heavens and the earth. The armies of the heavens and the earth belong to Allah, and they're His armies. They didn't know that. He knew that. They thought that the army coming behind them is an army. Musa is saying, listen, that's one army. That's an army that is opposing Allah. That is okay. But there's another army that you don't see, but I see it. You think the water is neutral. I am looking at the water as Allah's army. This water, you think it's neutral, that it's not on any side. But I am saying that this water belongs to Allah and it takes orders from Allah. You see that? The same water that you are afraid and you're thinking that this is blocking us, this is the army of Allah. This is the army of Allah. He believed that the water opened up for believers, it destroyed the disbelievers. So whose side was the water on? The water is not neutral. The water is on the side of the believers. Understand this? The earth is on the side of the believers. The trees are on the side of the believers. Everything that you see in the heavens and earth is in the side of the believers. And it all works for them. You see, fire naturally burns people. You expect it to burn. But when a believer is thrown into it, then Allah says, fire, cool down. This is, my friends, understand, the same fire that is going to burn you, Allah is saying it is going to keep you cool. Why? Because the fire takes orders from Allah, not from you. The water takes commands from Allah, not from you. If you believe that, then why should you be afraid of any army? Because all these armies that are against you, all these armies that are trying to fight with you, they are going to fight with you with what? You see, they're going to fight with you with bullets. These bullets, they work on the command that Allah gave them, on the law that Allah made. And He can tell the same bullets that do not harm this person that you're going near. Because the bullet works on a physical law. That law is made by Allah. Allah can change that law. He can change that law. He says, do not harm this. We have shown it in the example of Ibrahim. He can do that. So once you know that you are on Allah's side, then Allah's is the armies of the heavens and the earth. His is the armies of the heavens and the earth. This is what we need to understand. When you look at this fact, this is, my friends, this is what you, when you stand up for the truth, we don't back down. Why? Because of the fact that we are not afraid of any army, because all the armies belong to Allah. All the armies belong to Allah. We are not afraid of that. And when we see those people who have this in their heart, then we can recognize them as believers. But see, there's a difference between those believers. Like for example, the example of like Imam Khomeini, and the example that he had, really, he broke a lot of conventions that the earth was used to, that the world was used to. The incident of an Iranian ambassador being slapped by a Russian minister. They came and said, that the Iranian ambassador has been slapped by a Russian minister. It was embarrassing and this and that, horrible, What should we do about it? Should we send a letter of grievance to the UN? Should we send this and that? He said, no. We should invite the Russian ambassador. They invited the Russian ambassador, and the ambassador who was slapped was there also, the Iranian ambassador. And Imam Khomeini now told the Iranian ambassador to go and slap the Russian ambassador. But this is Russia, superpower. This is no. You know, what is right, do it. My friend, understand this. Why? The issue is that, listen, we are not going to bow down before injustice. Someone is doing injustice, you have to stand up for it. Stand up against it. We have to be strong enough to know that. And Allah has given us all the examples for what? So that we can have a peace of mind and a peace of heart. Our heart should be tranquil. Nothing can move it, no matter what happens around us. Nothing should move it. We should be of that caliber because we believe that Allah is the armies of the heavens and earth. If you believe in that, then you will see that you will never be afraid of anything. You will never be nervous from anything. But if you don't believe in it, then yes. Some small tension happens in the community. Everyone's like, oh, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Hopscotching all over the place. What are you all? Come on. When you are believers, do not act like that. And that's the reason why he's saying at the same time that he says that those who are with the Prophet, you want to be with the Prophet, then there's a quality you must have. He says, أَشِدَّاءُ عَلَى الْكُفَّارِ وَالرُّحَمَاءُ بَيْنَهُمْ. He said that you have to be strong against the kuffar, and you have to be merciful and compassionate with the believers. This is a quality of those who are with the Prophet. This is their quality they must have. They should be hard. When I say hard, you mean you stand hard against their injustice and their ignorance. Stand hard against it. Why? Because that injustice, when it happens, we have to say something about it. We have to talk about it. We have to say this is wrong. What's wrong is wrong. We're going to say about it. Why can't we say it? Why? Because you're bigger than me? Let's say you're a big guy, 6'3", and I'm 5'8". He says, I'll do whatever I can. Why shouldn't I say something about it? Because you're 6'3" and you can beat me up? So go ahead, beat me. Say what I have to say what I have to say. You'll beat me up, but you know what? I believe that lillahi junudus samawati wal ard. Allah's is the armies of the heavens and the earth. My friends, strength is from inwards. Imam Ali was not a big man. He was not a big man. He was not 6'4" and 280. He was like 5'9" and 180. Not even that. The issue is what? He wasn't that big. But you see, he destroyed all the great warriors who came to face him. All the heavyweight champions who came to face him, he destroyed them. Not because he had muscles. It's because he believed that Allah is the armies of the heavens and the earth. That's what he believed in. That's where his strength came from. Because he had that belief in his heart. That's what happens, my friend. When you have that belief in your heart, then you will be strong. But if you do not believe in that, you will see there will be weakness. And that's what we need to recognize. Test it and you will see it for yourself. Stand up for Allah's cause and you will see it for yourself. How Allah works for you. How the armies of Allah work for you. This is what we need to recognize here. I'm going to stop over here, inshallah. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the tawfiq and the blessing to be on the right path. Give us the wisdom and the sense guidance. Hasten the reappearance of Imam. Take us his help when he comes. Right, any questions? Yes.
So, applying what you said to today's situation in our life. So, what is the extent? What is the limit of being active, in the community before it becomes